Transformers issue number 12. That's right, folks. Feels like we've reached the end of like whatever arc this was. Because man, does shit hit the fan pretty hard. Like, this is intense. And it's so exactly what I want from Transformers. Now, the time this video is going to be coming out, it's the weekend that Transformers 1, the new animated movie, will be releasing. I don't know if I'm going to cover it. I thought about it, and I just don't know if I'm going to have anything really to say, because I'm kind of getting my Transformers fix over here, so I'm like, is there anything I need to cover in that, really? I think it's going to play its beats pretty obviously, so whatever. But maybe I will, we'll see. So this issue is kind of just everything culminating to, like, the next arc of this book. It's now been going on for 12 issues, which is practically a year. So what's next? Well, we'll get into it. Because this book opens up where we left off. Ultra Magnus was a coward and he fled. Shockwave and his Constructicons are like, all right, let's wreck some shit. Carly sees this on a monitor and she's like, I'm not going to let that happen. So as there's a huge fight going on, the Decepticons are all ready to like destroy Cliffjumper. Everything bad is happening. Carly gets into her van and she drives out and she just smashes right into Shockwave. She smashes right into Soundwave. Not breaking his arm, it damages him enough where she can get Cliffjumper and like evade. And he's like, yeah, you're awesome. He's like, yeah, I was never going to leave you. I'm sorry for not being there to save you. But then they get attacked by, Devastator. And Optimus is like, all right, while they're distracted, this is our chance. Save our fallen brothers and let's get to battle. So they all transform. They all roll out. Cliffjumper tries to save Carly. He gets trapped by Devastator and just gets thrown around. And this is where the artwork is just badass. Just watching these guys just deliver on every single front. Like, the action is so crisp and violent. It's just mechanics and machinery flying all about everywhere, and it looks chaotic, which is exactly the kind of energy you want from this book right now. I really like it. Jorge Corona, just fantastic stuff going on here. It looks great. Optimus kind of goes feral. He's ready to hurt everybody even more. And you see Devastator's got like a final blow coming in, but Optimus blasts down, hits him, sets Elita up to like send her charges, and they do like a huge power move and like take down Devastator in a big moment. Like, Devastator like falls onto the harvester that Shockwave was using to bring Cybertron to Earth. It's pretty sick. Wheeljack's like, this is our chance. We can stop it from coming through the portal. We can stop like it at its nexus point. Everything's going good. We just have to like finish it. Cliffjumper was taken through the portal back to Cybertron. So Optimus is like, I'll go deal with that. He tells his Autobots, I will not stand by and let Jazz and Cliffjumper be trapped again. It was my fault they were taken. I'm not going to leave them. So he goes in to save Cliffjumper and just destroys the Decepticons. Like, he is going crazy. And this is where I'm like, you really know what you're doing with Optimus Prime. You are letting this character be brutal and broken and like a man who was destroyed by war. I think that is awesome. He beats up, like, it's not Thundercracker, is it? It's some of like those guys. Defeats them, they run away, and then Shockwave's like, you cowards, fight me. Fight with me. And Optimus Prime's like, well then let's fight. And then Shockwave like points a gun at Cliffjumper's like, one more step and he dies. But Optimus blows his arm off and he's like, is that all you do? With Ratchet and with Magnus and with life itself, you just take away anything that's good and you just destroy it. And look, like, there are so many like amazing moments throughout this book. We know that Spike's dad gave Optimus like his spark so he could like live again. So he's got humanity in him. We see a beautiful couple of pages where Optimus is beating the crap out of Shockwave, right? Utterly annihilating him. And he starts to see Shockwave's head in the form of like a human baby that's kind of like being crushed by him. And he's trying to like fight against it. He's starting to like hear it crying. It starts to turn like to a mechanical baby until we see Optimus is holding Shockwave's head and he starts digging his fingers into it and he's crushing it. His eyes are like glowing violet. He crushes Shockwave's head. I'm like, holy crap. That is crazy. That looks amazing. I cannot believe we just did that. Insanity. Cliffjumper's like, holy shit. Optimus, like, what have I done? He's losing it. He's like, I saw a child in my mind and I killed it, and that was me killing Shockwave. I'm like, that is sick. And Elita steps through the portal like, well, welcome back to the war, Optimus Prime. Glad to see you return to your old self. He's like, no, this isn't me. This isn't what I wanted to do. That's not why I came here. Optimus sees through the portal and sees that Cybertron is like returning back to its rightful place in the galaxy. He's like, okay, we got to go back to Earth before we can't return. He's got Cliffjumper in his arms. He's walking out, and then Elita blows the portal, and she's like, you're not leaving. You're not leaving. Everything we've done, the resistance on Cybertron needs you here. Look at all this energon that they've taken. We can use this, and we can win the war. And Optimus was like, no, not like this. She's like, don't. You are a warrior. You fight with your people on our planet. The choice you have to make is for us. We are dying on Cybertron. And you want to go back to Earth for what? What is that going to do? But Optimus is like, Earth needs me. Earth needs us. And he aims Megatron's arm at the Cybertron. Or at the Energon, I mean. She's like, what are you doing? Your people need you. I need you. He's like, I'm sorry, Elita. She's like, don't abandon us. And he blows the Energon. The place starts to explode, and she's like, you chose. You chose. I can't believe that. Now, in this sequence, we don't see what happened to Cliffjumper. What we do see is what was that part of Cybertron that was headed away from Earth, that was kind of like being sucked onto Earth, is now disconnected from the planet. Optimus is falling through space. He's literally like burning up. He's like, if this is how I die, then I think the primes that this will be my last sight. Just like looking down on Earth like this is the planet I'm going to protect. And then who comes in to save him? It's the Silver Surfer. I mean, it's Beachcomber. And he's like, hey, there's new beauties every moment, man. And he just like reaches out for Optimus, grabs him on his surfboard. And they start riding the surfboard down like a wave that was like of like the ocean part of the planet that, you know, Shockwave was absorbing. They crash it down, and you just see Optimus look off like, what have I done? And a piece of Cybertron is crashing into Earth, and I'm like, a lot of stuff going on here. A broken Optimus Prime making the choices to protect Earth, a planet that needs his protection. Where is Cliffjumper? We don't really know. Elita is clearly going evil, and now that Shockwave is essentially defeated, what does that mean for the Decepticons, and who's going to take hold of that power? Is it going to be Soundwave again, or is he going to make the choice that, like, the war has to end or something? Very interesting. Very curious to see where we're going to go from here, because this was intense and did some crazy stuff, and like always, it was a joy to read and had so much fun stuff happening. Incredible. Absolutely, utterly incredible. I had a blast, and very curious to see where we're going to go from here, because the book doesn't end with like, to be continued like we've seen a couple of times. It's more like, what's next for our characters? Because shit's getting worse. Now the G.I. Joe people have to get involved, because a piece of a planet just fell to Earth, okay? They got to do something about that. So much fun. Love Beachcomber showing up and just being like, there's so many beauties here, man. Incredible. So, Transformers issue number 12. I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.